What is poppin', Disney fans, and welcome back to Carbonite Collecting, a branch of the Carbonite Convos podcast and YouTube channel. Today, we had a ton of new Disney Pops from the Disney 100 line drop as part of the Funko 2023 Toy Fair, and I cannot wait to get into them. But if you aren't subscribed yet, make sure you do that if you love hearing about Funko Pops, Star Wars, Marvel, Disney, and a ton of other nerd stuff. And if you are subscribed already, can't thank you enough for being part of the community. But let's just get right into these. Again, we had a lot introduced, and I'm ready. First off, I'm going to start with my two favorites. We have another Funko Pop train. I don't know what the head of a train is called, actually, but the head of the train, conductor, I guess, is Walt Disney himself. And it looks like this train is the one that can be found at Magic Kingdom and Disneyland. So I think that's a really cool aspect for people who really collect the park exclusives. It's not a park exclusive. They are both Amazon, but still a really cool part. What connects right behind it is Steamboat Willie on the actual boat. So you can see on the screen here, these two pops. I think they're super awesome, and I think they'll go super well together. Next, we have a scene of Carl and Ellie from Up. Now, this is a box lunch exclusive. This is a scene of the flashback from Up, and you can see they're both sitting on their chairs, reading their books. A really cool scene in the movie. So a must-get for all Up collectors. Next, we have 4 different pops here. As you can see in the top left, we have a Princess Aurora. Now, we already have a few of these pops, but this is cool because you can tell that her dress is changing colors. Right to the right, we have one of the Dapper Dans on the carousel. So definitely another really cool park pop. Next, now we do have Moana on her boat, but I think this one is super cool. It's more of a scene rather than a ride, but it's almost like a ride scene mixed together. We could tell it's Moana on her boat, and you see the waves crashing throughout the breaks in the actual boat. So a really cool ride scene. Next, we have Mirabelle from Encanto. Now, this is a really cool pop because we have a look at young Mirabelle, and we can tell that it is glow in the dark, as you can see on the screen here. The candle that she holds as she's walking up to the door, that's the part that glows in the dark, and I think this is a really cute pop. She was an adorable little kid, so really, really cool Funko Pop. Next, I know the Aristocats isn't one of Disney's most popular movies, but still one that I loved growing up. We have a flocked 3-pack of all 3 cats, and this is a Walmart exclusive. Now, I personally am not a huge fan of flocked pops, but if you are, and you're a Disney fan, and you're an Aristocats fan, I think this is a must snag. But good luck, because Walmart, for me, in my experience, has been a little bit tougher to get a hold if you don't want to order online. Now, next, we have 1, 2, 3 pops that I think are really cool. Specifically, we have a Funko Shop exclusive of Walt Disney standing and kind of leaning on an old-fashioned video camera. Now, I have yet to have a Walt Disney pop, so I don't know if I'm going to get the train or if I'm going to get this one, but definitely one of the two. And next, we have these 2 die-cast Mickey Mouses. We again, a Funko Shop exclusive. The first one is the traditional Mickey Mouse, and 2 is the Chase, where this is the metallic one. So definitely a couple more really cool pops, but we are not done yet. We're just barely scraping the surface. Next, we have a couple diamond Funko Pops. This first one is of Cinderella in her blue dress. This is a Barnes & Noble exclusive, so another cool addition for princess fans. Next, we have Elsa. Now, I thought this was super interesting because this is a Party City exclusive. Now, I could be wrong, but I haven't really seen a ton of Party City exclusives rolling around, so this might be the first, but if not, there's definitely not more than a few. So I don't know if that one is going to be super hard to get, but you know, there's Party Cities everywhere, so you might as well go look. Next up, we have another Walt Disney. Now, this is a younger Walt Disney holding I don't know if these are dolls, but they're very tiny pops in his hand. We have Walt Disney holding Dumbo and Timothy. Now, it looks like this is a common pop, but because there was no mention of it being an exclusive, so definitely shouldn't be that hard to get. Next, and I'm sorry, but Princess fans are loving the news today. We have the scene of Rapunzel and Flynn right before the Lantern Festival. Now, I know a lot of people who this is their favorite scene of the movie, so I definitely think this is going to be a really cool scene for people to add. Next up, another common, we have Tiana and Naveen dancing together. Now, I think this is really cool. It's clear that the base is super... it has a nice design, and I think we don't have a ton of pops from The Princess and the Frog. We have a decent amount, but I think this is a nice scene that those fans will be able to add to their collections. Next, we have Mary Poppins, again, on a carousel or merry-go-round, whatever you want to call it. Now, again, we don't have a ton of Mary Poppins pops, so... the Mary Poppins fans out there, I'm sure they're loving this because, again, there aren't a ton, so you might as well get them when they come, and they're few and far between. Next, we have one more Diamond Princess. Now, this is another Books A Million exclusive. We have Tiana, so we're not going to spend too much time on it because there are common pops of all three of these Diamond pops, but again, some cool exclusives, and I think Princess fans will really love this. Next, we have a Target exclusive of Snow White. You can tell she has an interesting base around her. This is one of those bases where it's not a scene, but it's also not a traditional 6-inch regular pop. We can see she's holding a bird. There's some cleaning supplies. So I'm not super well versed with Snow White, but I would assume that this is when she was cleaning the dwarf's house. Next, we have Reuben, and this is from Lilo and Stitch. It's not from the main movie. It's from one of the spin-offs, but I remember there being this little online Disney.com game where you could stack a sandwich with Reuben, and you had to catch all the ingredients. So I thought this was a pretty cool one. I won't get it, but it is another Books A Million exclusive, and I think this is the first pop we have of Reuben, so it's pretty cool. He's holding a little peanut butter sandwich, so definitely a cool addition to any Stitch collectors. But that is it. I know it's hard for me to say that's it when we just went over, I think, like 20 to 25 pops. So thank you for tuning in, and please let me know in the comment section which one you're most excited for. For me personally, to make a last-minute pick, I am going to have to go with Walt Disney on the train, because I really like collecting the ones with the parks, and I don't have a Walt Disney yet. So to get the train from the parks and knock out Walt Disney in the same pop, I think that's super cool. But again, let me know which one is your favorite in the comments and which ones you're gonna snag. But until the next time you're on Carbonite Collecting, like always, make sure to keep it poppin'.